21st Century Entrepreneurship with Martin Piskarik.
I struggled with alcohol use for most of my adult life. The turning point for me was discovering a daily pill to drink less or quit. It helped me take back control over alcohol rather than feeling like alcohol had control over me. My name is Jonathan Hunt Glassman. I'm the founder and CEO of Oar Health, which is a place to get access to a daily pill to drink less or quit in a way that's simple and convenient. For me, this is a professional and personal project. What I mean by that is I've worked in healthcare my whole career as a product manager, as a strategy consultant, in strategy roles at large insurance companies. But in parallel to that fairly traditional career trajectory, I was struggling with alcohol myself. What started as binge drinking in high school and college became a pattern of drinking to blackout in my 20s. And then in my 30s, as I saw peers start to put that sort of excessive alcohol use behind them, the opposite was happening for me. I was having longer and more severe binges and experiencing more and more of the consequences of alcohol misuse. And over these 15 years or so, it was no secret to me that I had a drinking problem. So I sought help in a lot of the places that first came to mind: Alcoholics Anonymous, primary care, individual psychotherapy, in some instances, the emergency room. And while each of those was helpful in its own way, it didn't really put a dent in the drinking. What was much more of a turning point for me was meeting with an expert, empathetic doctor who suggested that prescription medication could be a tool in the toolkit. And that suggestion at that point in my life was nothing short of transformational. It helped me eliminate those binges, to be able to have a drink with dinner, but not be on a runaway train. As I started drinking less, it led to room for so much more of the things that matter. Getting back focus and creativity at work, being able to invest more authentically in the most important relationships in my life, reviving or finding new hobbies, like actually enjoying yoga for the first time, adopting a dog, something I just wouldn't have been organized enough to do when I was drinking too much. And as happy as I was with those results personally, there are some aspects of the transformation that I experienced that aren't so great. Namely, that it took 15 years of searching to find that first simple step that really fit me. And it didn't take too much research to confirm that I was far from alone. Just looking at the United States, there are about 30 million people with alcohol use disorder. Less than 2% are prescribed any medication to help them drink less or quit. And the pattern of underutilization of these safe, effective tools is one that is a global phenomenon. When I think about the fundamental reasons why I drank so much, often to the point of blackout, it was quite often social anxiety, wanting to fit in at a party or be more comfortable talking to girls. What I found drinking a lot less is that a little bit of vulnerability is often the route to connection. And not when I'm drinking less, I'm able to have more authentic conversations, to feel a more genuine social connection, and to be more comfortable with myself without needing to rely on alcohol to dampen the anxiety that is part of life. There are a lot of different ways to measure progress when we're trying to drink less or to quit. At Oar, our members tell us that about 2/3 are always or often meeting their goal to quit entirely or to drink less, which we consider to be a legitimate goal of treatment. A similar percentage respond to a questionnaire in a way that indicates their drinking risk is low, moderate, or not at all if they're sober, versus generally finding us when they're in the very high risk category. And then we've just recently started asking people about what other benefits they're noticing in their life. And about 3/4 are noticing at least one health and wellness benefit, ranging from a better relationship with their spouse to clearer skin. Taking the first step to drink less or quit does not need to be overwhelming or dramatic. There are a lot of different options out there to assist you, likely more diverse than those you've learned about. 3 basic categories: mutual peer support, professional behavioral health care like therapy, and prescription medication. These are all complementary with each other, but you don't have to do everything on day one. It pays to do a little bit of research, familiarize yourself with the option set, and start with something that feels like a good fit for you. You are an expert on yourself, and your intuitions on what's going to help you achieve your goals relative to drinking, or what's helped you solve other hard problems in the past, are an extremely valid source of guidance. So I started Oar Health almost 4 years ago to help people like me that wanted to drink less or quit. In that time, we've helped more than 40,000 people get started with a simple step to drink less or to quit. As any entrepreneur knows, not every day is an easy one, but I've found it incredibly fulfilling to bring together a personal struggle and my professional experience to bring a solution that so many millions around the world need. One thing I try to do every morning is get outdoors, take a walk, and listen to a podcast that stimulates my mind. In the mornings, I typically have a few hours of heads down work, trying to take meaningful steps on a long-term project or a critical priority. In the middle of the day and the afternoon is a time to work with the team, do design reviews, push forward our product interactions, talk to members and prospective members about what they're experiencing. I have afternoon duties with my dog, so I take a break and make sure she gets her walk, and then tend to spend the evenings on a combination of exercise, reading, and probably a little more television than I should. If drinking less or quitting is something that you're thinking about, I would encourage you to visit oarhealth.com, oarhealth.com. You'll find resources and ways to connect, including scheduling time to talk directly with me.
21st Century Entrepreneurship with Martin Piskarik.
Imagine a space where triumphs, trials, and tales of entrepreneurship come alive. Welcome to the 21st Century Entrepreneurship Podcast, a gold awarded journey hosted by Martin Piskarik, connecting with listeners in 95 countries and ranking in the top 0.5% of all podcasts. Join our exclusive community, elevate your perspective, and embark on the path to success.